excited to present this to you, is our digital marketing show. So in this session, we have digital marketing. So today is part 9 of our 12-part business growth program. Guys, welcome if you've only just joined us. Alrighty, so welcome. It is digital marketing today, and today we want to look at how to do this the easy way. Because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get stuck. Business is difficult. It's graft. It's operations. It's issues. It's people who just want to bring us down. It's suppliers who are not adhering to timelines. It's team members that we have to keep motivating. And guys, I know sometimes it's brain drain. So I wanted to say, yeah, is a formula. Yeah, the steps that you need to follow for your digital marketing. Go forth and conquer. So there's one less thing for you to think about, one less thing for you to stress about. You know, I quickly want to touch on this. It's always business as usual, isn't it? So as entrepreneurs, I want to say to you, you got to keep on motivating yourself. You got to keep on mind feed. You got to stick to your plan, to your North Star. Whatever's happening on the outside, the peripheral, shut it down, just block it off. You need to focus on growing your business, on growing yourself, and sticking to your program. So we don't want to get stuck. And I know some of us are stuck when it comes to marketing. So in today's session, your biggest takeaway is, yes, my step by step, and I'm going to run with it. So there's one less thing for you to stress about, one less thing for you to think about. Uh, it's a recipe, it's a formula. Go and follow it, and then come back and tell me all the successes that you've achieved with this. Alrighty, so guys, today is all about digital marketing. And I want to say the easy way, because I really want you to walk away from the session and just, man, it's got to be so easy. You take what I've taught you, implement it, and you come back and you say, I have garnered all these new clients and I'm excited and I'm happy and I really want to run my business. I'm happy to wake up every day and run my business. So the first thing that we're going to do, and you'll know with everything that I do, is we always reverse engineer it. So I want us to take at a unique selling proposition. Now, in order for anything to work, there's got to be a strategy. There's got to be a starting point. In order for your marketing to work, you need to understand your buyer persona, your client avatar. And that's one of the things that we spoke about extensively in part 2 of this program. So if you missed that, I would really encourage you to go back and refer to part 2, where we spoke about branding and positioning. And for today's digital marketing to work, we also need to understand, besides our buyer persona, is a USP, a unique selling proposition. Now, your unique selling proposition is what differentiates you. What sets you apart from your competitor? Why would I choose to work with you, company A, as opposed to company B? And you need to understand what it is that sets you apart. And you'll see with this unique selling proposition that it very much refers back to part 1 of this program, where we chatted about the lean canvas. And there's a lot of elements here, and I'd really encourage you again to go back to part 1 to see what we chatted about in the lean canvas. It's all coming up here in this session, isn't it? So we need to understand what differentiates us. What's our unique selling proposition? Why would anyone choose you? Why would they choose you above your competitors to hire you as a supplier, as a virtual assistant, as a consultant, as their accountant, as someone who will guide them and give them counseling or coaching, buy your products, whatever it is? Why choose you? Why would I choose you, again, company A, and not go with company B? And then what cannot be imitated? So what is so unique about your business that your competitors cannot copy, that no one else can copy? Is it the knowledge of the founders, that you as the business owner have unique training or experience in your field that no one else can copy? Is it the way that you positioned yourself? Is it your geographic location? So all these things we need to take a look at when it comes to your unique selling proposition. All right. And yes, there are elements that we're going to keep on repeating because it's important. So we need to know who our buyer persona is. If we don't understand who we are building this business for, it's going to be very difficult to have a marketing strategy that converts, that is effective, to have a sales strategy that works and is effective. So we need to understand who is our target market. Now, in this section, we need to identify what pain do we solve. So we understand our customer's pain, then it's going to be very easy to marry our solution to their pain, isn't it? And then it's going to be very easy for them to go with us. It's a no-brainer. And guys, you also see from this part that if you understand these things, then objections like pricing is never going to be an issue. You also need to understand who will benefit from your product. So besides understanding the pain that you solve, who is that person that's going to benefit from your product? So if it's a mark, how many other marks are out there that can use your product or service? Where are they located? So are you going to build your business and do your digital marketing internationally in, let's say, only Asian markets or to the South Americas, to Europe? Or are you going to focus your digital marketing and your service or product-based business in South Africa only? Or are you only going to focus in Johannesburg or Cape Town? So you need to understand not only where does your crowd hang out online, but you also need to understand where do they hang out geographically in person. Who are the early adopters? So these are people that are completely bought into you as a person, your product or your business, and they say, "We're going to stick with you. We're gonna go this journey with you." Early adopters were people who took on Facebook in, I don't know, when was Facebook launched? 1998, 1999, 2000. Early adopters came on board then already for Facebook. Same with Twitter. And these are people that stuck with the program, stuck with the platform throughout. So who are your early adopters? Where is the low-hanging fruit? I want you to write this down. And in fact, after the session, I want you to sit for 5 minutes and identify where's the low-hanging fruit in your business. The low-hanging fruit really is, what is the easy sale? Where can you make a bit of cash flow right now? What is the thing that will sell the easiest? If it's a product or a service, let's say, for instance, you're a virtual assistant and you offer CV building. Is that a low-hanging fruit? Is there a market for it? Can you very quickly right now identify 5 people that need to have their CVs built, that you can build 300 Rand for the CV or whatever? It's quick cash. So where's the low-hanging fruit? Then with identifying your target market, you also need to understand, where does the founder's knowledge and background help you in building this business? So if you come from, let's say, you're an accountant, you're a qualified accountant, and you want to go out now and do consulting as an accountant. Yes, obviously, because you are trained as an accountant, you're passionate about numbers, and so it's easy for you to bring that out in your business, in the service that you offer, because you really understand accounting, you understand why businesses need accountants, and what can they gain from having a very effective accounting system in place. So the better knowledge you have, the better background you have on the business that you're building, man, I'm going to say it's going to be easier for you to identify your target market, and it's going to be easier for you to go and sell your product or service. What I also want to bring into this part is assumption validation. So we need to understand that when we assume something, is there a market for it? Is there a demand for it? So we might assume, let's say there was a story about a guy who landed in Africa, for some African country, and he saw a lot of people with no shoes. So you would assume, okay, well, then there's no shoes. Well, I'm a shoemaker. There's no market for me. But maybe there is. Maybe they just never been introduced to shoes, and now you show them shoes, and everyone wants a pair of shoes, and you give, let's say, 5 pairs of shoes for free, and the next thing you know, you get orders for shoes. Might be second-hand shoes. It might be whatever the case is, depending on the economics of the place. But you could go in and assuming, okay, no one's wearing shoes, so there's no market for shoes. But maybe there is. All right, so assumption validation. Go out and validate your assumption. You might assume that everyone needs the software that you've developed, the app that you've developed. But you need to go out and validate that assumption. Go and find 10 users 10 end users, 10 clients who potentially could benefit from your app or your software, and do live market research and find out from them whether they would use it, how it could benefit their business. And you might end up either A, yes, they need it, or B, they do not. All right, so assumption validation is so important. And no matter where you are in your business right now, whether you are well established or you're only starting out, do the assumption validation. You're going to gain insights that you never had previously, so it's very important that you do this. All right, so now we're going to look at your marketing strategy. And yeah, I've highlighted your customer acquisition journey. Big words, I know. Customer acquisition journey. What that really means is, what does it look like from the start to the end point? How do we create brand awareness? How do we do outreach to prospective clients? How do they engage with us, our brand, our company? Is it through blogs, our website, through contact forms, landing pages, videos, tutorials? So how does that customer journey look? And how do we we go from a cold lead to a warm lead? How do we hold the lead's hand? How is the experience with your brand and your business from the moment, the first touch point, to the moment that we close the deal? So your customer acquisition journey, and it's one line on this slide, but guys, it's so much more than that. And it's something that you need to go and hammer out. What does it look like? Because if you understand the flow of your engagement with prospective clients, if you understand the flow, then it's easier for your prospective clients to understand how to engage with you. All right. So I want you also to write it down. Something else that you need to do, a little bit of homework later today, is understanding your customer acquisition journey. And guys, this means sitting outside of your business and looking in. I don't want you to sit in your business looking out, because the mistake that a lot of us make is, a lot what we do when it comes to marketing is we build it for ourselves. Don't do that. You need to build it for prospective clients. You need to build it for your audience. So I want you to, as far as possible, place yourself outside of your business and look in, and take yourself through the journey that you currently take your clients through, and see if you can find any gaps. What needs to be fixed? What can be improved? What can be streamlined? I can tell you one thing. We did that exercise in one of our businesses, and we identified the need for a business intelligence system, which is something that we did cover in I think it was 2 sessions ago. You need to look at what it is that the customer experiences from the first touch point. And we identified there was a gap and we needed a business intelligence system to streamline everything. So what does your business need for you to streamline that? So again, it's all about the experience. How do prospective clients, even current clients, experience you, your brand, your business? Is it something that they want to continue doing? Do they want to stay on this journey with you? All right. And I've said this before, it's very expensive to get new clients. So rather, the clients that you have, keep them happy, continue showing value, and make sure that you hold their hand even after onboarding them, the after sales service. Make sure that that customer experience is great so they stay with you. All right, we have heard of the ADA, which is awareness, interest, and desire, and action. So to run through it, and part of your marketing strategy is creating awareness, brand awareness. So you need to understand how you're going to create brand awareness. Are you going to do it through email marketing? Are you going to do it through videos on your social media, landing pages, whatever? What is that first touch point? What is that initial engagement with your prospective client, so that you create awareness for your brand? Then you need to keep the engagement going with the interest. So you need to keep on engaging once you've hooked your prospective client, to keep that interest going. So you don't want to put out content, and then just stop. And then for 3 months, no one sees you in their social feed. We don't see anything about you in our inboxes. We don't know about you anymore. So we need to keep the consistency going through continuously engaging the interest of prospective clients. Then we need to create a desire. So yes, I didn't know that I wanted your product or service, but now that I've seen you online, I've seen you in my inbox, I now I want to be a part of your brand. I want to use your product. I want to engage your services, your consulting services, whatever services that you're offering. Uh, and it's typical human nature is covetousness. So we want something that others are experiencing. So in this part, the desire part, if you start sharing stats or case studies of users that have downloaded your software, your app, and the benefits that they've received, and then I see, oh, but hang on, X, Y, and Z are using your app. I don't want to miss out. I definitely want to start using your app. So you want to create that desire, that need to use your product or service. And then you want them to take action. You know, again, you have taken this journey of putting your marketing collateral together, building an effective website, making sure that your team is in place, that your back end is working. And now you've put out all this content, you've created the brand awareness, but you want prospective clients to take action, i.e., you want them to sign up for your software app. You want them to send you money so that that they can get hold of your product. All right, so you want them to take action. Here's a nugget, and I want you to write this down, is building a tribe. And in fact, in the comment section right now, tell me a little bit more about whether you have engaged this strategy to build your marketing and sales pipeline, is building a tribe. And I can tell you one thing, if you look at the experts, and the experts I refer to the Neil Patels and the Gary V's of the world, who have completely immersed themselves in the marketing and they share their insights, they will tell you to build a tribe. Best way to get your brand awareness out there is to engage the community and to build a following. The best brand advocates are people that have completely bought into you. And in order to do that is to build a tribe. And how do you do that? With your marketing strategy, to make sure that you post consistently, that you always share value, that you share insights, that you become the go-to person, the authority. It's also something that we have touched on in previous sessions. And, it's not this fluff that we're sharing. Building a tribe, very important. Establishing authority, very important, because we want people to buy into you, the person behind the product or service. Yeah, it's nice to engage in a product or service, but if I understand the Kelly behind the product or the Trevor behind the service, man, I'm going to stick with that company, because Trevor and I, we share the same vision. Kelly and I, we our North Stars align. And because it aligns, I want to be part of your company. Out of interest, guys, millennials are all about value. So if millennials are your target market when it comes to selling products or services, understand for them, it's always about value. It's not about pricing. Um, if they can see the value in something and they've bought into your vision, then you have a brand advocate. All right, the next part of your marketing strategy is creating content. Now, the content that you can create can be anything from blogs through to videos. So let's run through this quickly. If you are writing blogs, write it down. My recommendation is to write 2 blogs a week, nothing less than 500 words. Why? Because each blog has to be 500 words for Google to start taking note of your writing and to start ranking you. Your blog should include keywords that are pertinent to your industry. It should include hashtags, and it should be absolutely relevant to the website that it's loaded on. So if your website, or which is your business, is, let's say, all about gardening tools, and your blog is all about cleaning products, it kind of doesn't align. But if your blog is about planting seeds and how to when to harvest trees and what rakes to use on what terrain, then it's very much relevant to your website. So Google starts looking at things like that. If you can, I would say do long tail pieces. Now, long tail would be 1,500 words per blog, once a month. If you can, twice a month preferably. Again, you get recognized and rewarded by Google. Why is Google important, guys? It's because that with the ranking, that when people go and look for certain things, that you get pulled up onto the first page. And paying someone to do it, It's not sustainable. I would rather do it organically, and one of the main ways of doing that is through your blog writing. So make sure that you write quality content, that it's long pieces, that you include the right search terms and keywords, hashtags in your blog pieces, and that not only do you publish it on your website, that you also share it in your social media. So that's a great part of your content strategy. The next part is to write ebooks. Ebooks could be anything on how to plant seedlings in August month, how to be productive, how to remain motivated. I don't know, whatever is relevant to you in your industry, that you write ebooks and that you have what they call gated content. We did touch on this last week. Gated content is you go to my website and I ask you to complete this form. And once you've completed the form, I will then send you my ebook. The reason for that is you start building your list, your emailing list. All right, so that's why gated content is important, because then you keep track of the analytics and the data. Who downloaded? When did they download? What did they download? And can they then be put into your email list for newsletters or email marketing campaigns? Case studies are very important, very, very important. The, the weight behind a case study is that, particularly in service-based business, people might ask, right, you want to sell me a service, it's going to cost me 20,000 Rand a month. Send me case studies and show me, prove to me what others have done, what they have achieved by engaging your services. So case studies do carry weight, and it's something else that can be downloaded from your website. It's also a way to bring out your branding and to, as part of brand awareness as well, having your contact details there. Case studies are very important. Emails are also great for content marketing. And emails, I'm not only talking about email marketing campaigns, I'm also speaking of emails that you send out daily. Be aware that whatever you put out there, wherever you are, whatever you say, people are watching. So you need to make sure that you write your emails in a way that will always uphold your brand. Email marketing is also very important. So, you want to make sure that you have a great emailing list, that it's segmented, and that you send out information that's relevant to the segments in your email list. Another great marketing content tool, online courses like this one. So if you have the heart for it and the passion and the knowledge, I would encourage you, go and do an online course. Yes, go do an online course. There's lots of free platforms like Udemy where you can go and upskill yourself, but offer online courses. It's a great way to establish brand awareness. It's a great way to establish authority for you and your business, and for you to, in words but in no words, to say to others, I know what I'm talking about, and because I'm sharing this content, you can be rest assured that when you engage with me in my business, that you're in good hands. So online courses are a great way to boost your marketing strategy. Podcasts, man, podcasts are so the way to go. Podcasts are going to become the future for content marketing, and it is something that you absolutely need to look into. Guys, I know we're going to touch a video part now as well, that you need to get comfortable being in front of the camera. You need to be comfortable in front of the microphone. So if you're not comfortable being in front of the camera for videos, do podcasts where you interview other thought leaders and that you become the go-to person for great content. I know so many people that listen to podcasts every day. They use it as part of their mind feed, as a way of really getting more knowledge. So podcast is a great part for your marketing strategy. Offer free trials. If you, again, have built software or have an app, for instance, offer a free trial for a month. Let them, and them being the user, test it. Let them see for themselves what it's all about and whether they can integrate it in the business and the benefit that it has for their business. Videos. Videos, videos, videos. Videos are highly converting. In fact, video content on LinkedIn is the highest converting content of all. And if you are in the B2B space, so you're offering services to other businesses, know that videos are converting. So videos are a great way to create brand awareness and to get your marketing strategy going. Get comfortable being in front of the camera. All right, the do's and don'ts of your marketing strategy. And yes, I know this is a bold color because I want you to really take note of this section. So start writing down, do a screenshot, whatever you need to do. But this is a very important section of your marketing strategy. These are things that you are doing right. If you're doing SEO, which is search engine optimization, SEO would be the right keywords, search terms, hashtags in every post that you do, in every video that you share, in every blog that you write. Um, Make sure that there's SEO on your website, on your LinkedIn profile, and SEO really is making sure that you have the right keywords for your industry. Okay, so if you're doing that, then you're doing good. Blogging. So you need to blog. If you're not blogging, get blogging. If you're very uncomfortable blogging, well, let me tell you one thing. Back in 2013, when I started blogging, it wasn't great. It was very formal. I had a very business way of writing, and over time, I've evolved that into something that's a lot more engaging, more interesting to read. But guys, the only way for you to get effective at blogging is to start blogging. Just start. That's how you're going to evolve that skill. So if you're blogging already, fantastic. If you're blogging regularly, well done. If you're using the right keywords, search terms, hashtags in your blogs, and you're sharing across your social media and repurposing those blogs, awesome. Then your social media, you need to know the right platform for which message. And by that, really what I mean is, you know, your Twitter crowd could be certain people and different to your Facebook crowd. Remember, when people are on Facebook, they're very much in a social mindset, so they're not particularly in a business mode, and they really want to see what others are about, what they're busy doing, and so it's a lot more casual. You have a lot more permission to be more casual. If you are sharing content on LinkedIn, people are much more in a business mode, and casual posts are not, yeah, they're there, but we kind of expect more business posts because we are in business mindset. Where and then your Instagram is the other one. So your Instagram is a good mix between social and business. So we need to really understand who is our target market. I'll bring it back to that. Who's our target market? Who's our buyer persona? Your client avatar. It's the same thing. If we understand that, then we'll know that Susie, who is our prime client avatar, does not hang out on Twitter. She's on LinkedIn on Fridays and Sunday nights, and the rest of the time she's on Instagram. Okay, so if we want to make sure that we engage with all the other Susies to sign them up as clients, that we understand where their mind space is, and that we don't mindlessly go and share information on a platform where the right people are not going to see it. Out of interest, guys, in the comment section, let me know Pinterest. I didn't speak of Pinterest now, but tell me, are you getting engagement on Pinterest? Are you getting clients from Pinterest? Are you using Pinterest? And how effective is it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on Pinterest. I have my opinions about Pinterest, but I'd love to hear yours. Then online communities, and I bring it back to building your tribe. This is a great way to build your tribe, is to engage in communities. Really, it's groups. So whether it's Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, is to engage in conversations there. Share your thoughts, never sell. So those groups are not for selling, but it really is to establish yourself as a thought leader, to share your thoughts, and to engage with others in a way where you can bring value without having to sell anything. So that's a great way to build your tribe, is online communities. Again, ebooks, if you're doing ebooks, wonderful. Keep on doing them. In fact, if you have the capacity and the content and the team, build an ebook a month. It's a great way to share content and to establish yourself as authority. And then videos. Videos, again, are highly converting. Videos are the way to go. And, again, the Gary V's and the Neil Patels of the world tell us that by 2020, 2021, people are going to consume 80% more videos than anything else. So I would encourage you to get comfortable being in front of the camera. All right, what you're doing wrong. So if in the marketing strategy you have not targeted, your aim is too broad, don't do that. You need to absolutely understand your prospective client, where they hang out, who it is, what they look like, where they studied, what their hobbies are, all these things. So you need to narrow down your target market. Um, Many people don't know you exist. Guys, if you don't have an online presence, the chances of you being recognized or seen or found are slim. It's not like back in the day where we had yellow pages and we paged through the yellow pages, or nowadays billboards are coming back, but everything's done online. If I'm looking for a reputable restaurant, if I'm looking for a great plumber, where am I going to go? On Facebook, I'm going to go on Google, I'm going to go on Instagram, I'm going to start searching there for clothes, for pot plants, whatever it is. I'm going to go do my search online. So if you don't have an online presence, you are missing out, because then no one knows you exist. And if you don't know that you exist, how can they do business with you? The other thing is, if people don't understand what you do, it's going to be very difficult for them to engage with you. So if your message is not clear, if your North Star is not clear, if you don't have clarity in your mind who you're selling this product to, who you're selling this service to, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to engage with your brand, because they don't know what you offer. If I come to your website and above the fold, which is your laptop screen, I land on your website and immediately within 8 seconds, I don't know what you do, I'm going to move on. So you need to be very clear in your messaging, wherever it is, that you understand what you're doing so that others can understand what you do. You are not reaching the decision makers. Something else that you're doing wrong. So if you're flinging mud against the wall and hoping that something will stick, well, then you don't have a strategy, correct? So, and we've spoken about this quite a few times. If you need to have a marketing strategy, you need to have a sales strategy. You need to have a business strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you are flinging mud against the wall and you're praying something will come of it and nothing does. So if it's middle of the month and you've got no sales in your pipeline, you've got no leads, well, then there's a problem. So you need to start strategizing. You need to start strategizing your content. Your marketing strategy needs to be clear. You need to wake up in the morning and know, right, today I'm going to write this blog. This blog is intended for this buyer persona. I'm going to find them on these platforms. And I also know that I've been speaking to a few people. Once I've published my blog, I'm going to email them the link and say, oi, I think this blog will be a benefit to you. Okay, so guys, do not fling mud against the wall. You need to reach the right decision makers, because if you're not reaching the right people, you're wasting your time. Then you're not speaking to people who will make a decision. So if you again are sharing content, and I'm going to talk about the virtual assistant thing again, because that's my world. I've built Africa's largest virtual assistant agency. That if you are building marketing content as a virtual assistant for other virtual assistants, well, then you're missing the mark, aren't you? If you're an accountant who's building content for other accountants, you're missing the mark. Unless your business is building up the VA community or building up the accountant community by giving them online courses and whatever else, great, then you're hitting the mark. But if your aim is to find other clients, well, then you need to have a strategy and you need to reach the decision makers. If you're speaking to the COO and it's the CEO that's making the decision, you're speaking to the wrong person. So make sure that you've identified who your contact person is, who your decision maker is in your industry, so that everything that you do is geared for them. All right, you're not breaking through the noise is something else that you're doing wrong. By this, I mean, do not be part of the sea of sameness. Write this down. Do not be part of the sea of sameness. So break through the noise. So you don't have to make a louder noise to be heard. All you have to do is make a different noise. What can you do differently to your competitors to help you stand out? And again, this is something we have addressed in previous sessions. So I would encourage you to go and revisit those sessions and just reorientate yourself with what we have covered. You don't have to make a louder noise to stand out. Do not be part of the sea of sameness. What can you do differently? What is your unique selling proposition to help you stand out from the crowd, to stick out for prospective clients to say, I want to do business with you. Okay, so if you are the same, You're doing the drawing. All right, marketing segmentation. If you were part of last week's session, you would know that we did speak about this, and I've decided to leave this here because I feel it's that important. So I have included it again in this week's session. So, and we've spoken about this earlier, is your target market. Understand who is your buyer persona. How old are they? Is it male or female? Are they in Johannesburg or Cape Town? Did they study at varsity or did they never study? Do they have a C-level job? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they speakers or coaches, trainers? Where do they hang out? What kind of lifestyle do they have? Are they vegans? Do they run? Do they have pets? Do they travel internationally once or twice a year? You need to know your buyer persona that intimately in order for your marketing to convert and to be effective. You also need to understand, why does your market buy from you? So what is it about you that makes them want to buy from you, makes them engage with your brand? And in fact, another exercise, so this is your third exercise for this afternoon, is go and speak to 5 or 10 of your current clients and go find out from them. How did they find you? Was it an online search? What made them sit up and take note of you? Why did they engage with you? Why did they sign up with you? So this is information that you should know. And I would encourage you to go and do that validation with your current client base. You need to really understand why it is that they have signed up with you, why they're doing business with you. What differentiating mechanisms are you employing? So again, what makes you stand out in the sea of sameness? Do you have a CRM system in place? And are you looking at your data? A CRM system is important because it collates information in a way that's in one place. It will give you insights immediately, and it's data that you want. So, like everything in life, a lot of our things is driven by data. So we need to understand the data. And the data, I refer to things like, if you have an ebook download on your website, the data is how many people downloaded the ebook, where they're based, when did they download the ebook, have they downloaded previous ebooks, are they part of your email marketing list? Data could be, how many visitors do you have to your website, how many visitors have converted into paying clients, etc., etc. So you really need to know the insights of the data. It's very important, and this will help understand your marketing and your marketing strategy. So it's going to assist your marketing strategy. All right, so if you understand that a lot of your information, like ebooks and whatever, is downloaded by, let's say, the people in Bristol in the UK. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. Why do I have so many downloads in Bristol? So go and do research. Maybe you have a market there that you never knew about, and now you can start targeting your content to those people in Bristol. Okay, so your marketing methodology. Now, this is time, guys. You really want to sit up and take notes. Now you want to take a lot of notes. You want to start writing down, because this is the part where I'm going to tell you what to do. All right, your marketing methodology. Okay, so what this looks like is, and it's basically a flow chart. So we attract strangers and we want to turn them into visitors. Okay, then we take the visitors and we want to convert them to leads. Then we want to take the leads and convert them into a deal. And on top of that, we want to keep on delighting these clients that we've closed. All right, so that's your marketing methodology. So you can see it as a flow. It's a starting point and an end point, but it's also a continuous thing. So you don't just want to have people reading your posts on social media, whatever the case, or just reading your blogs and then that's it, they move away. You want to take them on your client acquisition journey or your customer acquisition journey. And this is part of it. So you want to absolutely hold their hand, leave breadcrumbs, but you want to make sure that the visitors, that a large percentage of visitors to your social posts and to your website goes from visitor to a lead to a closed deal to a raging and raving brand ambassador. All right. So that is the flow. Okay. So how does that look? Right. Screenshot this, write it down, whatever you need to. So your step one, which is visitor, is using the right keywords in your social media and your blogs. All right, so write that down. Your step one is making sure that you use the right keywords, that you have the right social media, and that we are writing blogs. So very quickly, keywords. Again, use it in your LinkedIn profile. Use it on your website. Use it in your blogs. Use it in your social media posts. Use the right hashtags. Go and do hashtag research. Have hashtag sets that you can go test, A/B tests. Make sure that you are writing blogs once or twice a week. If you don't want to write blogs, do videos, but then you have to do videos daily. And make sure that you're sharing your videos and your blogs on the right social media platforms. Again, I refer to Susie. If Susie is on LinkedIn Friday and Sunday nights and Instagram the rest of the time, and you're sharing all these posts targeted to Susie on Facebook and Twitter, it's misguided. Then your marketing strategy is just been blown to the wind. Okay, so we need to make sure again that we understand our target market, that we have a market segmentation right, that we understand where our target market hangs out. That's your step one, is sharing the right content on the right platforms. But then not only that, we then want to take the visitor and shift them into lead. So we want to warm them up. How do we do that? Through call to actions, forms, and landing pages. Write it down. Call to actions, forms, and landing pages. Let's run through it. Call to actions, CTAs, is you've read my blog. I want you to take the next step. You have visited my website. I want you to take the next step. Okay, so you have to spell it out for your prospective client. You have to spell it out for the visitor. So you have to keep on engaging them. If they've read your blog, what do you want them to do next? Do you want them to share your blog on social media? Do you want them to sign up to receive notifications whenever you publish blogs? If they visit your website, do you want them to download an ebook? Do you want them to sign up to your newsletter? Your landing pages? Do you want them to complete a form to book a free consultation with you? What do you want the visitor to do? Spell it out for them. Tell them what to do in so many words. Once you've read this blog, I want you to complete this form so that we can chat. Or once you've read this blog, complete this form so that you can receive notifications when we publish the next blog. Or when you land on the website, sign up now for our newsletter and get a discount voucher if it's product. Or if you sign up now, let's book that free consultation. All right, so we need to absolutely make sure that the visitor takes action so that we can move them down the sales funnel into a lead. But we also need to keep that lead warm. So, and guys, it's not inaction. You're not going to create a lead and then, okay, cool, sit back and then I'll wait for whoever to come back to me and say they want to do business. No, it requires action from you daily, all the time. You need to keep on taking action. You need to keep on telling your prospective client what to do. You need to keep that lead warm and engaged. So when they're ready, you are the person that they sign up with. Do not make that mistake of sending out a quote and leaving the quote, never following up, because you know you don't follow up, the person that does follow up gets the business because they took the opportunity. They took the 2 minutes to pick up the phone or to send an email to follow up on the quote. And if you're that person that has followed up, you get the business. So you need to continuously keep taking action. If you send out a quote and there's just no answer, then share blogs with that person. If you understand their industry, their pain point, share your blogs or whatever other blogs that you've come across that you know will add value. The point is that you keep on appearing in front of them, in their feed, in their inbox. How can they not but sit up and take note? All right, your step 3 is emails and CRM. So emails, again, I refer to email communication with your prospective client. Again, whether it's sharing blogs or just checking in and see how they're doing. But you also need to have a CRM in place. And whether you're a solopreneur or you have a team of people, I would recommend getting a CRM. It's an easy way to gain insight into your business. It's an easy way to understand where is this lead currently in my funnel. Okay, so at a touch point, you know what's going on in your business. And that's why the CRM is of vital importance. And then your step 4, again, is email, social media, and call to actions. All right, so now we've engaged prospect. We've sent out the quote, but we want to keep them engaged because it might be that they're either waiting for a contract to come to an end or for budget to kick in or for a business partner to come back from traveling, for the two to discuss and to make a decision. While this is happening, you need to keep on engaging and you need to keep that lead warm. How do you do that? Through email marketing campaigns that are targeted. So make sure that your list is segmented and that you're sending information to this lead that's relevant to them, that they find of interest and of benefit. Call to actions. You haven't made a decision yet. It's okay. Here's another ebook for you to download. Here's a free course for you to attend. Here's a workshop that I'm hosting that I want you to come to. Whatever the case is, keep on feeding that prospect information. So, guys, you'll see marketing is not sitting back and waiting for people to come to you. You need to go to the people. So you need to take action. You need to be consistent. You need to share information. You need to share your knowledge. You need to establish yourself as an authority. And the only way to do that is for you to continuously doing this through a marketing strategy. So if it takes you a week to put together an effective strategy, so be it. But make sure that whatever you put together works for you. Because what do we want from this digital marketing strategy? Is to get new clients, isn't it? We want to get clients through the door, paying clients, happy clients, clients that will rave about us to other people. This is why we built the business, isn't it? One, to help others, and two, is to make a profit. Because this is our business. We also need to live. We also have things that we want to do in travel and interests that we want to go and explore. So make sure that the business is still fun for you, that you are making money, and that we continuously help others, and we continue to bring value. But you're not going to get that by sitting and just waiting for business to come to you. It doesn't work that way. You need to keep on taking action. You need to keep on going fishing, reeling out that fishing rod, putting out the bait, reeling it in. Oh, the bait's been taken, but there's no fish. Doing it again. Sit for hours. It's gonna take time, but it will pay off. It will absolutely pay off. All right, so this is your 4-step plan. Is take your visitors on a journey to change them from a visitor status to a lead status. Keep the leads warm and eventually close the deal. And after you've closed the deal, is to keep on engaging them. Because remember, signed clients are going to refer you to other clients. Signed clients, closed deals, are going to continuously sing your praises. If you keep on bringing value, if you keep on treasuring them and showing them that they're important to you in the business, guess what they're going to do for you? All right, and then last but not least is a few other tips I'd like to share with you very briefly. So, other marketing tips is to share your website URL in your email signature. It's really state that some of us miss, and it's a great way to have quick access. Instead of emailing, hey, here's my website, go check it out, is that people will automatically, they'll hover over your email signature to see, because they want to go and see what else there is about you. So if you have sent them a newsletter or a quote or whatever it is, a link to a blog, they want to go and check you out. So either share social media links on your email signature or your website, but get them to take action and go and do more research on you. Then also use real estate on your quotes and invoices. It's an undiscovered area, real estate on quotes and invoices. So in the footer, for more, go visit our website. Here's the link. Or here's our blog of the month. Or here's our ebook download link. This is real estate that it's there. It's not in the other person's face. So you're not hard selling, but it's a way to engage them. All right. So it's real estate that you should take advantage of. Under the assumption that everything we've chatted about until now is free, there's also paid advertising. So everything that I've shared with you up until this point, you can do it for free. You don't have to pay for blogs to be written. You can write it yourself. You can share it for free on your social media posts. You can share other information for free. You can engage with your audience for free. But if you have a marketing budget and you can afford to do that, then you can use paid advertising to get the kind of traction that you're looking for. Also, look at doing online directories. So if you want to list your business in a directory that's pertinent to your industry, go for it. It's another way for you to be found on Google, and there's also backlinks to your website, which is a great thing. Referrals. So I'm not an advocate of basing your entire business on referrals, because what happens one day when your clients leave and you know you've based your entire marketing strategy on referrals, so you've never gone out and done actual sales and marketing, and now there's an issue because you haven't done it and you've got no clients. So I wouldn't base my entire business on referrals. However, referrals are great because it's testament to the great product or service that you're offering. Your current clients are brand ambassadors, and they're going to tell others about how awesome you are. And they're going to refer others to you because, ah, Kelly offers such a great recruitment service. You know what, Trevor and Anna, you should all go and see Kelly. If you're looking for salespeople or whatever team members, she's a recruitment person that you need to speak to. Okay, so referrals are great, but do not base your entire marketing strategy on that. You need to go out and actively search and find other clients, but you also need to actively make sure that your business is sound, that you're taking care of your team and your clients so they can speak wonders about you to others. Guest blogging is also a great way to be seen. So you could guest blog for associations and other relevant websites. And you can also have guest bloggers write for you. So if it's someone who's got 100,000 followers on Instagram, for instance, and they're a thought leader in their space, if you can get them to guest blog for you and share that all over your social media, well, then you immediately tap into their audience, which is awesome. And if you are writing as a guest blogger for other associations, other businesses, wherever, it's a great way for you to be seen by that crowd. So guest blogging is definitely a way to go. And then the last thing I want to cover now is a converting website. So make sure that your website converts. And by that I mean, don't have a pretty picture. Someone said I must have a website, so I've got a website. No, you need to have a website that's a working sales agent for you while you're not there. Your website needs to sell for you. So it needs to convert. It needs to take the customer through a journey. It needs to tell them what to do. All right. So you need to have a converting website. We did cover elements of it in last week's session. So if you want to refer back to that, awesome. If you want to email me and ask me what elements I think are important, please feel free to do so. Or go do your research. Go and find thought leaders in the field of converting websites and go and see and hear and read what they have to say about that. Do not just have a website for the sake of having a website. Do not just have social media for the sake of having social media. Okay, it's got to be effective and use it in an efficient way. And what is your intention with it? Do you want to create brand awareness? Do you want to sign up new clients? What do you want to do with your website and your social media platforms? All right, so there's a lot that we covered today. Hopefully, we tickled a lot of grey matter. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section on what we've chatted, especially on the referrals part and the converting website and Pinterest. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, as well as what are your digital marketing strategies that you're currently employing? And is it working? Are you converting visitors into leads, into paying clients? So let's move over to the comment section. Guys, thank you. It's been a whirlwind session. My head is spinning with all the cool things that we covered. Hopefully yours is too. So I'm going to see you over in the comment section. Thanks for your time. Until next week, ciao.